Narcissistic individuals are often skilled at hiding their true nature, making it difficult for others to recognize the signs of emotional abuse. In this video, we will explore various types of narcissistic behavior, and how they manifest in different relationships. One of the most common examples of narcissistic behavior is gaslighting. This is a subtle and insidious form of manipulation that narcissists employ to gain power and control over their victims. Narcissists will not hesitate to outright deny that certain events or conversations took place, even if the victim has clear memories or evidence of them occurring. This tactic forces the victim to question their own recollection and makes them more reliant on the narcissist for their version of reality. A narcissist will dismiss or belittle the feelings and experiences of their victims, suggesting that they are overly sensitive, irrational, or even crazy. By undermining the validity of the victim's emotions, the narcissist further destabilizes their sense of self and reality. Narcissists often manipulate information by twisting or reframing it to suit their narrative. They will selectively focus on certain details while ignoring others, or they may distort facts to depict themselves in a more favorable light. This constant reshaping of reality can leave the victim feeling disoriented and confused. Narcissists deliberately create confusion by giving contradictory information, changing the subject during conversations, or offering vague and evasive responses. By keeping the victim off balance and uncertain, the narcissist can maintain control and prevent the victim from recognizing the manipulation. In order to maintain their hold on the victim, narcissists will try to isolate them from friends, family, or other sources of support. This can involve disparaging the victim's loved ones or creating conflicts to drive them away. By cutting off the victim's support network, the narcissist ensures that the victim becomes more dependent on them for validation. Manipulation is a core characteristic of narcissistic behaviors, as it allows them to exert power and control over others while maintaining a facade of innocence or charm. Narcissists use various tactics to manipulate their victims, commonly playing on their emotions and vulnerabilities. Narcissists will also use guilt as a means to control their victims. They will accuse the victim of being selfish, uncaring, or disloyal, causing the victim to feel guilty and compelled to make amends or comply with their demands. Narcissists are experts at portraying themselves as the victim in any situation. They manipulate others into feeling sorry for them and offering support. By presenting themselves as vulnerable or helpless, they can divert attention away from their own abusive behavior and gain sympathy from those around them. Some narcissists may also use fear and intimidation to manipulate their victims, employing threats, ultimatums, or aggressive behavior to establish dominance and control. This can create an environment where the victim feels constantly on edge and afraid of angering the narcissist. Love bombing is a manipulation tactic where the narcissist showers their victim with excessive affection, praise, and attention at the beginning of a relationship. This intense display of love and admiration quickly disarms the victim, making them more susceptible to future manipulation and abuse. The silent treatment is a passive-aggressive form of manipulation used by narcissists to punish their victims or exert control. By withdrawing communication and affection, the narcissist creates a power imbalance and forces the victim to chase after them, seeking resolution and validation. Narcissists may make grand promises or paint vivid pictures of a perfect future together to manipulate their victims into staying in the relationship. These false promises often go unfulfilled, leaving the victim feeling disappointed and betrayed. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism that narcissists frequently use to deflect responsibility for their own actions and feelings. By attributing their negative traits or behaviors to others, they can maintain their self-image as flawless and avoid confronting their own shortcomings. Narcissists will not hesitate to accuse others of the very behaviors they themselves are guilty of, such as lying, cheating, or manipulating. This allows them to shift the focus away from their own misconduct and place the blame on someone else, often leaving the accused party feeling defensive and confused. Narcissists often project their own insecurities and weaknesses onto others, criticizing them for the same faults they refuse to acknowledge in themselves. For example, a narcissist who struggles with jealousy might constantly accuse their partner of being envious or possessive. Narcissists may project their own emotions onto others, blaming them for causing the narcissist to feel a certain way. For instance, a narcissist who feels guilty about their actions might accuse their partner of making them feel guilty, effectively shifting responsibility for their emotions onto the other person. Projection can also involve creating a false narrative about another person that aligns with the manipulator's distorted view of themselves. For example, by accusing their partner of being unfaithful, the narcissist can cast themselves as the wronged party and garner sympathy and support from others. Triangulation is a strategy used by narcissists to manipulate relationships and create drama. They may pit two people against each other by spreading rumors or sharing sensitive information, ultimately positioning themselves as the center of attention. Narcissists constantly seek out compliments or reassurance from their partners, friends, or even strangers. They might engage in self-praise or boast about their achievements, subtly or overtly fishing for positive feedback to validate their self-image. Due to their fragile egos and need for admiration, narcissists typically have a low tolerance for criticism or negative feedback. They often react defensively, angrily, or even aggressively when faced with perceived criticism. This is because they see it as a personal attack rather than an opportunity for growth or improvement. Another defining characteristic of narcissists is their lack of empathy. This refers to their inability or unwillingness to understand and share the feelings of others. This emotional deficiency can significantly impact relationships as narcissists prioritize their own needs and desires over those of their partners, friends, or family members. When confronted with the harm they have caused, narcissists typically show little remorse or guilt. They rationalize their behavior, deflect blame onto others, or simply deny any wrongdoing, further demonstrating their lack of empathy and inability to connect with the emotional impact of their actions. Recovering from a relationship with a narcissist can be a challenging process, as it often involves rebuilding one's self-esteem and sense of identity. It's important to seek professional help if needed, such as therapy or counseling, to work through the emotional trauma and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Remember that healing takes time, and it's essential to be patient with yourself as you work toward a healthier, more fulfilling future. For more information about narcissists and narcissistic abuse, visit www.carlacorelli.com.